Let's talk about the digital wilderness. This is a concept that was first brought up by Balaji Srinivasan, who is like a famed Silicon Valley entrepreneur turned crypto enthusiast turned network enthusiast. He's absolutely brilliant. You should definitely check him out. I've heard him say this, and then I really became obsessed with this concept and how apropos, how insightful it actually is to the modern world. And so this is how his theory goes. He basically says that in the 20th century, the workforce, so the labor part of the economy, everyone that had a job, was in the equivalent of a settler economy, where you settled. You can think about the early settlers to the New World. Settled, they farmed their land, they were very immobile, they were in one place. And that's what he compares the 20th century job force to be like. You graduated college, you found a company, you worked with that company for 40 years, you retired with a pension, and it was tremendous stability. And a lot of today's politics and today's commentary is hearkening back to that day. Oh, we should go back to there. That's just running against the tide. You're just going in the wrong direction. And what he says the 21st century is like a hunter economy. So the settler economy of the 20th century has been replaced by the hunter economy of the 21st century, which is incredible because that's actually the reverse of how it happened anthropologically. But the hunter economy is so interesting. So he says we went from this corporate machinery where you could trust in a company or trust an institution, work for them forever, and now you're in the equivalent of the digital wilderness. So he compares the digital landscape to the wilderness. Think about the African savanna or some Amazon rainforest where everything is changing all the time. And you are by yourself. You are no longer a cog in a machine, but you are a solo hunter. And this is so crucial. He doesn't actually distinguish between entrepreneur and employee. He says it doesn't matter who you are. You could be an employee. You could be a top engineer. You can be a corporate executive. You can be a middle manager. You are still a sovereign hunter in the hunter economy where you are 24/7 scanning the horizon for the next opportunity, for the next kill. And this is so accurate. If you just look at the way that people switch jobs today, it's so frequent. If you look at the way that people pick up side hustles today, it's all the time. Look at the enormous rise of the gig economy, Uber, Airbnb, kind of TaskRabbit, and doing tasks and freelancing. This is inconceivable to the 20th century mind, and this is so frequent, so commonplace today. You're always looking for the next investment, the next opportunity, the next kind of get rich quick. How can I make it? How can I do something, the next deal? And so that's the hunter mentality. And what he says is you have to embrace it. And I completely agree with them. You have to embrace it. There's some change that happened with the advent of the internet and is now only proliferated by AI, which is like, this is the way it's going to be. The people that are the most successful in the 21st century are not going to be the most valuable cog in a machine, but it's going to be the node in the network that has the most connections, the most people that know who they are, the most people that value their services. So whereas before, General Motors or Ford or Walmart could have valued your service, today you have to make many different potential kills, potential clients, potential opportunities value your services. So what he recommends that you do in the digital wilderness and in the hunter economy is three things. Number one, build a portfolio. Build proof that you're good at something. This is where creating content or having a really robust GitHub or having a really robust freelancer profile. It doesn't matter what you do. It literally doesn't matter at all. You need to show the world that you're good at it because people don't hire based on degrees anymore, or at least smart people don't. And people don't hire based on experience. The question is, what can you do for me today? What can you do for your client today? What can you do for your company today? What can you do for your next opportunity today? So you have to show them that. You have to collate this public persona, this public profile of work, because that's what matters, not credentials. Number two, you have to network. And this is obviously close to home as the creator of the network economy and all about Garage. Your network is your net worth. If you don't have a network, you are almost... It's like you're the tree that fell that nobody heard, so did it really fall? You almost don't exist. So again, it's so pivotal. The value of you in this environment, in this hunter economy, is how many people you're connected to. The number of nodes, the number of networks that your node is connected to. You got to go take that portfolio you built and tell as many people and engage with as many people. And number three, you have to arbitrage and exit. I love this. This is straight from Balaji. You have to make as much money as possible. And if that, and you can, because there's no consistency, there's no 40-year plan. You have to do it in the lifespan of that opportunity. Maybe that's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You can work for this company for 1 year, maximize it. You can help this client benefit for 5 years, maximize it. This investment structure works for 3 years, maximize it. And then you have to move on. You cannot be romantic about the way you make money in the hunter economy. It would be like being romantic about yesterday's kill if you're a lion on the African savannah. It doesn't work. Why is this happening now versus the 20th century? The number one reason is pretty obvious. Technological disruption is just out of control. AI, this is before AI, but AI is just technological disruption on steroids. So every long-term reoccurring task will be replaced. It could be manufacturing, it could be white collar, which is what it's coming for first. It will be replaced. So AI and technology replacing it is the first reason the 21st century had to transition. Number two, institutional decay. The big companies, the governments, the organizations, the institutions that people used to rely on for their long-term stability are destroyed or are being destroyed. Every day you hear about another institution losing trust, a company that we never thought would go bankrupt, going bankrupt, or being embroiled in fraud. It's unbelievable how much the large machines have started to decay, probably because of technological disruption. And then the third one is probably equally as large as technological disruption, which is globalization. And this was accelerated by COVID. The moment you didn't have to go into your office to work anymore is the day your boss realized, wait a minute, I don't need this person to come into my office to work. So why am I only selecting from a talent pool 50 kilometers or 50 miles around my office? Why can't I make it the entire world? And this was already being done by companies that had the means to globalize for the last 30 years. It just got hyper accelerated with COVID and the internet, where now a company, an opportunity is, you're not competing against people in your village or your town or your city. You are literally competing against somebody in a country 6,000 kilometers away from you. And he has all of the opportunity that you have, which you used to self-select by being in a specific location for. Globalization and then technology being where it is, institutional decay has transitioned the world from the settler economy to the hunter economy. It does not matter if you're an entrepreneur or not. You basically are one by default. And I love this quote, and I'll end it off with this. This is so apropos to Garage and to the network economy and everything we believe in. The 20th century was about being a node in a machine, and the 21st century is about being a node in the network.